All right, welcome back to our Orchestra Teacher YouTube channel and podcast. We have with me my former student, amazing colleague, and superstar all around, David Metrio.
Hi, everybody.
David has been on the podcast at Midwest. It was 2019.
Yes,
it's been
2019.
A few years, and a lot has happened in that time.
Yeah,
it was
man.
right before COVID.
God,
and then we had all
crazy?
this time that happened in COVID, and now we're back again. And David has done awesome things in the field in terms of just getting everything going, and he's changed schools, and now he's making preparations for a performance at the Georgia Music Educators Conference next month. So it's a big honor, and all due to the hard work that he has put in. So welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much. Thank you for having
absolutely.
me.
So how's it going? What do you think?
It's going, man. It's a great conference. We're getting ready to see we saw a great Georgia group yesterday, Walton High School, and we're getting ready to see two more today, Johns Creek High School and Northview High School.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to support our colleagues. It's just a great conference. It's nice to see people year after year and meet new people every time.
Yeah.
And it's just great. The food here is great. The post-conference hangouts are like almost the most...
It's super fun.
It is great, and it's great, and you get to know so many people, and you get to hear different perspectives and philosophies and ideas. It's awesome.
It kind of recharges, and then
100%.
Chicago at the holidays is always exciting, and everybody's about to get out of here because there's a big storm coming.
Well, I might live here now because my flight is not till 7:30 tomorrow, and the storm is supposed to roll in, so I might be stuck a couple days, but we'll see.
Worst places to be, but hopefully it all works out well for you, and you can get out of here and be home safe. So tell us, like I said, what year of teaching are you in now?
This is year 6.
It's crazy. It goes so fast.
Yeah.
But so you've been at your school for 2 years.
Yes.
And you have how many students again?
So we have 256 enrolled in high school orchestra, which is nice.
North
Gwinnett High School. That's up from 60 years from last year when I started, which is awesome. It's a great school. It's a great community. It's I mean, my middle school feeders, they're amazing, and so it's just a great community to work in, and they're great kids, great school, no problems.
That's awesome.
It's
awesome.
It's really nice.
And so tell us about your preparations for GMEA and
some
of the things you've had to do. And
so the group is a solid group, and after last year, we made some really nice recordings, and so I knew that we wanted to do something. So we applied to do the Capital City Orchestra Festival through Music Celebrations International.
Oh, okay.
In DC, and we applied to GMEA, and we'd hoped that at least one of those would work out, and and they both ended up working out, and so
are you doing both, or
so we're doing both? Yeah,
wow.
We're doing both.
Okay, when do you go to DC then?
We go to DC 2 weeks after we get back from GMEA. We go President's Day weekend.
Wow.
But we're playing basically the same program, and to be honest, playing for a conference. This is my first time taking a group to a conference. The audience is different than something like a music festival.
Sure, yeah.
And so actually we're really looking forward to the DC thing because I think we'll be able to kind of let our hair down a little bit.
Yeah,
and kind of,
there's not really the expectation.
It's not as much pressure. It's not as much, it's more like parents, community members kind of a thing. Meanwhile, the conference is for all of your colleagues who know the pieces, know the stuff. I mean, it's different.
But you have great support, and people, you have a lot of fans, including myself, that are supporting you, and I think it's awesome.
It's good. The kids are excited. So our school has not been accepted to GMEA in the past, and so when we got in, I spoke to my principal and our fine arts coordinator, and I just expressed to them that I really wanted the kids to feel like this was, and it is a big deal, but I wanted them to feel like this was like we were state champs, like football state champs. Yeah. And so I asked my principal if he would come do a motivation in class, and he gave this speech at the beginning of the school year, and those kids have been fired up since. Nice. And I'll have different admin come in every couple weeks when I'm feeling like we're getting in a lull. And our fine arts coordinator has been nice, and he sent messages to them, and it's been really nice to get the kids hyped about this performance.
And then not only is it your program, but then it's kind of getting out to the community and the school community and things as well. So you get a lot more support that way too.
Yes, 100%. The kids feel like state champs. They just feel like they're like the football team now or the basketball team. They feel seen.
They are.
They're
better.
motivated to work. Like
Yeah.
they're very motivated. So it's been nice. They're excited about the literature. They're excited
This is
to
your
perform.
chamber orchestra.
This is our chamber orchestra. Yes.
Okay, and how many students are in that group?
54. So it's kind
So
of
it's a very big chamber.
kind of
orchestra.
a big chamber.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the kids sound nice and they're putting in work. So
That's awesome.
So it's
What's
good.
your instrumentation? How many first, second, viola, cello? About
12 first, 16 seconds, 12 violas, 12 cellos, 2 basses.
okay.
If it was up to me, we'd have 12 basses too. But
Big bass. Yeah.
I'm a bass player.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah. But
so 2 basses, but I'll tell you what,
They're
they're
great.
2 good basses, so
Yeah.
they're all right.
Give them a good
And
instrument
one
to
good
bow.
bass player is worth 40 good violinists. Let's be real. And so we've got 2 of them. They're solid.
That's awesome. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
what
he's
kind of what's your literature? What's some of the pieces you're performing?
We're starting with the last one of the Samuel Coleridge Taylor's Four Noveletton. And then one of our middle school feeders is guest conducting. Amy Clement is guest conducting the Paul Lavender arrangement of the Shostakovich Waltz No. 2.
Oh wow, cool. Yep. I love
Sarah
that one.
Ball will then guest our other middle school feeder is they work together. Is guest conducting Paul Lewis, who's an English composer, contemporary
Oh,
English
cool.
composer, movie score writer, and pianist. A piece called Rosamundi, which is a lovely piece that he had gone through personal tragedy in his life, and I think that he had somebody in his life pass away. I want to say it was his wife or something like that. And he looked out into his garden, and the rose garden was supposed to be dead, and he just saw a singular flower. So he called the piece Rosamundi, and it's beautiful. So she'll guest conduct that. We'll do the Fandango movement from Boccherini's Quintet in D minor, which is kind of an undiscovered gem for me. I found this piece just listening over the summer,
Cool. I'm
and
gonna
I
check it
have
out.
become obsessed. It's fiery. It starts off just strings, but there is a castanet part and a tambourine part built in.
Nice.
Doesn't overpower. It just decorates at the right
Yeah.
moment. It's fantastic. And
So this is Boccherini.
Boccherini's Quintet number 5, I believe,
Okay.
in D minor, the Fandango movement.
Yeah.
And I was born in South America, and so anything Spanish, and Boccherini was Italian, but he lived in Spain for
yeah.
the rest of his career after he moved there, and so he wrote in Spain.
It influences
and
the writing, for sure.
Very Spanish. I mean, I feel my ancestors. I mean, I'm serious. It is brilliant.
That's cool.
And
Was
then-
it hard to put the quintet together with a 54-piece orchestra?
Well, it was Clark McAllister did the transcription, so it actually
okay.
works lovely for a group. It's
Okay,
perfect.
perfect.
And
Okay.
it's actually almost like a concerto grosso.
Who publishes that?
There is
you know?
Serenissima Music.
Which one?
Serenissima Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost like a concerto grosso. There's a solo, first violin, second violin, viola, cello, and bass, and it's like in and out. So we have the tutti and then the soloist stuff. It starts with just solos. It's excellent.
Nice.
And then Albert Wang, Prairie Tune, some Mongolian folk song. It's beautiful, beautiful melody. And then we'll close with the finale of Czech Serenade. And the kids they're in it, man.
tearing it
They're in it, and they're excited. And I mean,
I can't wait to
it's a
hear
tough piece, but we've broken it down. And, it'll be what it'll be. But they're going to be. No, they really are playing. They're excited. They're ready. Even though it requires a lot of work, they want to put in a lot of work. And so it's been awesome.
That's great. That once you get that culture, it starts to perpetually go forward. And,
Yes.
Yeah. Keep you guys going.
Well, that's the hope. I mean, I hope that the kids kind of like this experience and get used to it, and we'll see what else we can
Fantastic.
do. And
Yeah. So what else is coming up with you? Anything else? I know you've been busy. You played some.
yeah, I've been playing some. On a personal level, I'm a big traveler. So I went on a safari this summer. I was in Kenya in
I saw those
July.
pictures.
So this summer I'm planning a big Middle Eastern trip. So I'm going to go to Jordan and Israel and Egypt and Turkey. So I'm going to spend a little over a month, first part of June till mid-July, just kind of exploring and seeing. So I'm kind of planning for that. That's coming up.
You have a crew that you go with?
I do have some friends, some travel friends that I've kind of picked up, and we all just kind of have a group chat and we go. So yeah, I will be going with some friends.
That's awesome.
And we'll just
That'd
be
be a great
exploring and see what happens. And
Yeah.
orchestra-wise,
the world.
we're just going to try and get through this GMEA, get through DC,
Yeah.
and then just work on keeping on, getting better every day
Yeah.
in all the groups. We have 5 orchestras, and they're all equally as important, and we just want them to all be the best that they can,
Yeah.
and then we'll start looking into
You have
next year.
You have amazing feeder in North Gwinnett Middle with
It's the
Sarah Ball
recipe.
and Amy Clement.
It is the reason that
And Kathy Hudnall now, too.
And Kathy Hudnall now, too. Yes, who you just collaborated with on,
on
the Sandy Goldie
session,
book. Yeah. Let me tell you what. There's no secret to it. That's the sauce. That's it. Those feeders, they've been there 25 years. You know, Sarah and Amy taught me when I was a middle schooler. So
that's amazing.
Listen, they've been there 25 years in that community. They've fed North Gwinnett High School 25 years. There's just no secret. I mean, when you're consistent like that and you're high quality teaching, the kids that we get, we're super lucky. We're super lucky. I joke, and if they watch this, hopefully they won't be mad, but I said, when people are like, oh, what's it like to work with Sarah and Amy? And I said, it's really for Sarah and Amy. I said, it's the cluster's bottom up, for sure. I say, hey, what do y'all need? When can I be at the middle school? What do y'all need from me? Because I'm just so grateful, first of all, that they taught me.
Yeah.
And second of all, and then now I'm able to receive the kind of kids that they push through that program. Yeah. And so it's really cool.
That's a very special, I mean, it's a very special circumstance that you're in, and being able to have that support and working with them, and that's awesome. Yeah,
it's great. It's good.
Very cool.
It's a nice place. And you know, Georgia in general, like we were having this conversation yesterday, I feel like I can, within 30 miles of where I teach, I can call 25 people that have written a book about teaching orchestra in some capacity. Seriously.
Yeah.
If I need help, which I need often, and if I have ideas or questions or things, there's so many, the number of people, Sarah and Amy, just in my local middle school, Sarah and Amy, you're right down the road, and Jeremy Woolstenhume is, and Young is, and all these people that are, Sean, I mean, there's just so many people that are experts in this field that all live in the same area, and we learn so much from each other, and I learn so much from just being in that environment with these people that have been doing this job so much longer than I have, so it's really nice. And it's nice that everybody's very supportive and willing to help.
But you've done amazing things in just a short time. Like, you're just starting your career. Most people, it takes them 5 years to learn how to teach. You know, at least it did for me. Like, I feel like after my 5th grade, like, this is when I really started to understand what I need to do. And, you know, no one figures it out 100%.
Yeah.
But we all, I mean, if you think that you have it figured out, then you're not doing that. Your mindset is not in that growth mindset. So we always try to make ourselves better, and attending conferences and just collaborating with people and trying new things, you know. But you've done so much. It's awesome. It's to be commended, for sure.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I just always want to be better and learn from people that, I mean,
it keeps it fresh and fun, and
there's no science about it. You hear somebody's group, they sound great. Well, what are they doing? And then you ask, and you try and implement, and some things work and some things don't for you. But it's just always about trying to learn from the people that do this well.
Awesome.
So,
well, everybody, that's our a little podcast and video with the David Metrio. Thanks so much for being here.
Man. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Super proud of him, and thanks for watching. We're going to continue to try to have a couple more episodes here from the Midwest Clinic 2022.
All right, thank y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in. For resources and more information, visit orchestrateacher.net. This video podcast is proudly sponsored by Eastman Strings. By the time an Eastman instrument reaches the player, dozens of expert craftspeople have had a hand in bringing it to the peak of its sound, playability, and beauty. The Eastman Workshop operates in precisely the same manner as late 19th century European workshops. Chisels, knives, and scrapers in the hands of outstandingly gifted craftspeople are the primary tools used to create these modern instruments. These techniques impart each model with a beautiful voice and appearance that can only be achieved by hand. As in the shops of master luthiers for the past 500 years, Eastman honors this tradition every day. You can learn more and find a dealer near you at eastmanstrings.com.